Men of Reddit, what's the most hurtful thing a girl has ever said to you? You are like perfect boyfriend material. I just wish you were better looking. Word for word, after talking to her for a couple weeks. I'm not a good looking man. So imagine my surprise when a beautiful girl approaches me in a crowded bar. This had never happened before. She beckoned me close and said, "Hey, do you mind if I kiss you?" It's a dare. Then looked over at her table of friends in the distance, who were in absolute hysterics. S. Sure, I mumbled, not out of nerves for once but out of sadness. After I realized that I was just the butt of another joke. I didn't want to kiss her at all, but I'm socially awkward at the best of times, and saying no would have prolonged the situation even longer. No, I didn't enjoy it. As her lips met mine, I could feel tears welling up in my eyes. Her friends were cheering across the crowded bar and my own mates were starting to crack up. I wanted to disappear. Other people say much nastier things to me in public all the time, but this was the most hurtful. It was something about how quickly her words lifted me to cloud 9 and then dropped me back to reality. Your son has a new father that loves him. You should just stay out of his life. I'm so scared this will ever happen to me. Kind of happening to me at the moment. My daughter won't stop talking about mom and redacted, asking what redacted is doing or if she can talk with him. Shit is hard. Your life is a joke. Thanks, mom. When I was about 20, one of my best friends came around and was upset that a guy had rejected her and said she wasn't attractive. She was crying and slightly drunk. As I hugged her, she said, "Now I understand what it must feel like to be you." Wow, best friend? Really? Ouch. Although she was drunk and her thought process cold meant something else. Maybe she's seen you go through the same thing and was just being careless with the empathy. About twice I've gotten, "It isn't your personality or figure. I'm just not into black guys." I'm not mad. People are entitled to their preference. It just sucks that the only thing wrong is something I have no ability to change. Edit. Hey, thanks for the kind words. They aren't horrible people. In fact, I'm still good friends with one of them. I just moved on. There wasn't any need to get booty bothered by it. Hey, that didn't stop Michael Jackson. Yes, he perfected the chameleon approach. Only the best of us can hide in plain sight like that. Your laugh sounds horrible. Don't ever laugh again. I used to laugh all the time, but when I got told this, it stopped because whenever I laugh I remember those words. WTF, what kind of person insults a person's laugh? It's the natural sound that comes out when someone's happy. WTF, please keep laughing. To be fair, we were 14. Not very mature. Devil's advocate, let's pretend your laugh sounded bad that one day. You were 14, going through puberty. Your voice doesn't spend the same as it did then, so your laugh won't either. But even if it does still sound the same, laugh with abandon, unless you're at a funeral. I was 14, on board of a ro-ro ship in the middle of the Adriatic, on our way to Greece. Yes, the exact same ship that caught on fire last week. It was really friggin' hot, so I decided against sleeping in our cabin. I took my sleeping bag topside and installed myself. Half an hour later, a couple of French girls show up. I was almost asleep, but heard one of them say, "Hey, there's someone sleeping there," to which another girl replied, "Puteterales Charlie. Maybe he's pretty." Immediately after those words, the whole world erupts into a blinding white light. The girl had taken a flashlight and shone it directly into my face. And then she spoke that single terrible word. Not sad face. Oh god, that's brutal. I once had a girl I was interested and openly flirting with tell me, "Too bad you aren't as good looking as your brothers." I have self-confidence issues, but being told I was the ugly brother was absolutely brutal to hear. For the record, I have 4 brothers. Sad face. Edit. Thanks for all the kind words, fellow redditors. For what it's worth, all my brothers are fairly good looking, so being called the ugliest of the good looking is kind of what it felt like, and not so bad it hurt more, because I was into said person. I also think we all have different attributes which make us attractive. I'm the tallest and probably the smartest of the bunch, so I have that going for me. You're a loser. You're not a real man. Because real men apparently work enough to support her kids that aren't his, so she can stay home and do what she wants. Yay. Gender roles from 1930. You bore me. Thought I was having a nice conversation up until that point. Several of the girls in my high school at the end of the school year told me they took a vote, and I was voted ugliest kid in school. That they organized a vote like that makes them much uglier than you. Thanks, mom. Not me, but a girl I know read a text she sent to her ex-BF. You're the most pathetic person I've ever met. It's no wonder your parents don't want to have a relationship with you. You work out at the gym, so people will like you and not talk behind your back, but in reality everyone says how much of a loser you are. You're a balding 30-year-old with a physique that no one could be attracted to and never will. You're hung like a baby, and most of my friends think you're actually gay. A part of me died after reading that. Women know how to uncover a man's deepest insecurities and pulverize their self-esteem. Honestly, I'm not sure I'd ever recover from something like that. God be with you, man. Really? I think she went too hard, like she was scrambling for things to add, especially at the end there. Gives the impression she is just saying anything to cut at him. Works like those dudes who can sit on a bed of nails. The number of nails prevents being stabbed. Also, the 30-year-old thing is more a fear for women, because reproduction stuff and modern fertility stuff should really be pushing that age back. You are an emotionless robot. It only hurts so bad, because I feel so damn numb all the time. I hope you looked her dead in the eye with a completely blank face, then let out a quiet beep. Wish I had thought of that at the time. Nothing. When you make plans or they text you wanting to do something as friends, and then the time comes, and they don't show. You put your time into trying to make a get-together work, while they completely dissed it. They lost nothing from doing this. In their mind, they did nothing wrong. Their world is still alright. For you though, it's time wasted preparing. Telling other friends no, you can't hang out then, because you've already got plans. It's a betrayal on all levels. You've lost time in your life, sometimes money if you bought a ticket. Relationship wise, you aren't any better friends with them or anyone else. This goes for everyone, but I've had girls do it to me the most. Taking that a little further, nothing when she ended the relationship. Was in a pretty serious relationship and she abruptly ended it. I knew something was up the last few weeks of it, but she never made the time to talk about it. Then she ended it over the phone with lame excuses and half-truths. She avoided talking to me for the next month because I was trying to figure out what the hell happened. While all of the things said in this thread are hurtful, being thrown aside like a piece of garbage with little to no explanation was extremely difficult to heal from. You're cute and an awesome guy. You're just too short for me. It's happened on more than one occasion, but duck it. Just gives me more time and money to spend on hobbies and doing fun stuff. Edit. Yes, everyone is entitled to their own attractions. It's just a blow to the self-esteem when you work out, work hard for a good job, and try to better yourself in every way, only to be rejected by the one thing you can't control. Oh, don't post much, but I might have a good one for this. Dated a girl around a year and had just brought her home to meet my family during winter break. Since my family lives in Hawaii, I stayed behind an extra 2 weeks to spend time at home before the next semester started. 3 days after she got back from her visit, she decided to break up with me over Facebook. Really took me by surprise. This was the first real relationship I had ever had, and the first girl I ever loved. I took it pretty hard. After a pretty rough on me 2 weeks being confused, I gave her a call to set up a time I could pick up a few personal belongings I had left in her apartment. For safety reasons, she had a lock on her door. She told me the last time we spoke in person, I don't know why you are taking this so hard. You shouldn't let someone mean this much to you in your life. Just move on, it's no big deal. You will be fine. Might not seem that bad to some, but that shit will stick with me forever. At the time I felt like I would never get better. Have to say though, it was probably the nicest thing she ever did for me. Got my shit together and worked on myself. Honestly, I couldn't be happier than I'm right now. Sometimes things happen for a reason. I faked it. I always faked it. Why are you being so quiet? I'm pregnant. What? Why didn't you tell me? When did you find out? This morning. It isn't yours. Oh. In hindsight, it's better she was upfront almost immediately about it instead of ruining my life, but the second she said it wasn't mine, it was just a world of emotions.